Hello everyone, watch me dye my hair and talk about my mommy issues. Purple, this is like a super old Pop XG color from Paul Mitchell. I don't know why I'm going purple, honestly. I think it's because as it fades out, it'll be less warm. So that was my thinking there. It's gonna be a little bit hard to work with. Spooky. You'll probably hear me occasionally yell at my cat because he is a terrorist. He has not gone on his walk today because it's kind of crappy outside, and so yeah, I haven't taken him, but he's livid. Gloves for protection, glove for good measures. Get down. I don't want you up here. Go on. Attacks foot. Okay. Go. Thank you. This is kind of weird. Okay, yeah, I'm just going in. I just put on my gloves and I'm just going in. So this is kind of weird to talk about, just because my mom and I have been best friends my entire life, and same sense of humor. We can laugh for hours, and you know, I always felt like I could tell her anything. She would judge me, but I mean, she's my person, you know. That was my mom. She had me when she was 15, so she'd always say we raised each other. More friend vibes than motherly vibes. As I got into my teenage years, we started fighting more and more, and since we are so similar, I mean, our fights would be pretty savage. So that happened a lot, but as I got, you know, older into my 20s, I started, you know, just really appreciating her in my life, and I love my mom, but Spooky! But she had a lot of bad habits that she was inadvertently passing on to me, and us being so similar, it was very easy for me to latch onto these things. You know, things like anger, addiction, poor like relationship / sexual endeavors, or health. Poor sexual health, we'll say that. Poor relationship health. Had a very intense attachment style. I would find somebody and I wouldn't let them go. You know, we'd break up, get back together, break up, get back together. And I was just following the same kind of pattern as my mom was. Other than having kids, thank goodness. I realized that I was slowly becoming her, and I think that happens to everyone. You know, we slowly realize that we become our parents, and like, you know, I am my mom in a sense. I'm not trying to talk down on my mom or say anything bad about my mom. You know, she has her own journey, and she's going to grow whenever she decides it's her time. I'm deciding now is my time. And part of that has been me distancing myself from her. There have been, you know, a few instances where she will get upset at me, and, you know, it would ruin my day. I would be having a good day, and then she would kind of go off on me because, you know, she was mad about something, which, whether, you know, it's valid or not, it would still affect me greatly. And I took on all of that anger that she gave to me, and, you know, it would shine, it would, you know, spread out to other areas of my life. Until I decided to stop feeding into that. You know, she would send me an angry text. I wouldn't respond. If I was to reply back, it would be with kindness. I would still treat her, you know, the same way that I always had. I see her in person. I'm not going to completely ignore her. You know, I'm not going to go and laugh and have fun with her and tell her all about my day and all that either. You know, I was distancing myself from her, but I chose to not take on any of the anger that she was giving to me. I started the Ho'oponopono practice, which I thought, you know, was amazing, a game changer. Like and it's what every other religion is telling you, you know, in order for you to, Spooky, stop it. This cat, man. In order to heal any relationship or any area of your life that you are not satisfied with and you believe needs healing, you have to take responsibility for your part in that, for the way that you have, you know, projected onto that, for the way that you have interpreted that. Like growing up as a Christian, that's kind of the idea as well. You take responsibility for the things that you've done and you ask for forgiveness. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. You know, whatever order you want to put it in. It's the same kind of concept. But for some reason, when I heard about the Ho'oponopono practice, it just made a lot more sense to me, you know, and resonated a lot higher than Christianity. You know, sometimes you need those concrete words that just you say over and over again and you chant over and over again. And it really felt like I was cleansing my aura. And I would do this. I did this for like a week straight. I thought it was going good. I didn't feel any kind of negative emotions as far as my mom was concerned. And then we had another blow up, and I was like, you know, I've been working so hard on healing my own, you know, interpretation of her, and in turn hoping to heal our relationship. And then we had another blow up, and this time I just did not respond at all. I work at a vet, so, you know, I was still waiting to give her cat's medicine. I was still, and put it under my account, and I still, like, you know, buy my dog all of his treats and medications, and our family dog, you know, that we've had since like 2010. I buy all of his food and his medications because I love that dog. He's my dog too. But, you know, I still go over there and I still make sure that she has these things, irregardless to, you know, how she's treating me at the time. And she blows up at me again, and I say, okay, Mom. And then, a few days later, she's saying, I love you, please come over to dinner. And, you know, my mom's not a very emotional person. She's not going to say, I'm so sorry for what happened, you're my best friend, I love you, you know, this, that, and the other. But just her extending that offer when we haven't really talked in months was huge. And, you know, I'm the type of person, I want a relationship with my mom no matter what that looks like. You know, whether that's, you know, I have to completely distance myself from her and, you know, only pop in to see my dog, and, you know, she's there and we're just tolerating each other. You know I have faith that eventually we will make our way back to that friendship, only better, because hopefully we both would have grown by that time. And I trust that. So it's been really, really like a release on my shoulders. I don't feel this heavy weight of having to make my mom proud, or having to, you know, limit my own opinions because, you know, to make her happy, to not rock the boat. I just don't have to share those with her. You know, I don't have to open myself up to her. At this moment in time, she's not a safe person really to open up to and be vulnerable with, because I take on her reaction and it affects my whole day. So, you know, all this to say, I'm letting go and it feels amazing. You know, my love for my mom has not changed at all. Like I said, she's still my best friend. I love her so much. I think she's one of the most hilarious people I've ever met in my entire life. You know, that's my mom. But she's funny. We laugh for hours. And my love for her has never changed and will not change. I'm just focusing on myself and healing myself, you know, changing my interpretation of things and having more understanding and responsibility for our relationship, right? As well as just understanding for her where she's coming from, the life she's lived. You know, not that it's an excuse by any means, the things that, you know, she has done and said to me or whatever. I mean, it's just having more understanding for that and not being fully invested in her opinions of me, reactions to me. Just, you know, taking it as for what it is. This is my mom. This is what she thinks. But at the end of the day, it's my progress that matters. It's my opinion that matters. It's what I do, my actions, my beliefs, my feelings that matter. And I can't take on hers. And creating that distance, in turn, has made her, you know, her miss me, her want me to come over for dinner. And, you know, I'm sure it's going to be a pleasant time. We're doing it tomorrow. And, you know, I'm excited to just, you know, hang out with my family again and just see my family and have dinner with them. And it's been a long time since that's happened, but a few years ago, when she would go off on me, I would go off on